What's home ice advantage worth going into the playoffs?
It means less travel. It means being in your bed a little bit more. It means having the seventh man behind you on a nightly basis, which I think is something that we'd like to have. Obviously, the energy in our building has been immense over the last month, the run to the playoffs. So it means that. It means having last change. But it doesn't guarantee you wins. It doesn't guarantee you losses. You play in the same layout of arena. And the opposition that we'll face will likely have a lot more experience than we will, regardless of who it is. So they'll be quite comfortable being on the road if that's the case.
So there's a school of thought that says the young team, first time in the playoffs in a long time, might be better to open on the road away from all that hoopla. What do you think of that?
Well, it depends what school and which prof is selling that. I don't know if I've heard that a lot. I've certainly heard it bantered around a little bit. For our club, heading into the playoffs, everything's new. So I don't think it matters a lot. Of course, we'd like to be at home a little bit more, but regardless, we have to play, and it gives us a chance to, as I said all along, evaluate our team in a brand new environment, something we haven't experienced in a decade. So we'll learn a lot about our group as we move forward.
When you're playing a team late in the season that you may open the playoffs against, what could be accomplished aside from the 2 points tonight?
Well, I think home ice is the biggest thing in this game tonight. And we've talked about this with the Edmonton reporters, starting about 3 weeks ago. This is the biggest game of the year until the next one comes. And that's just how it is in heading into the playoffs. But, we'd like to, I'm going to sound like a broken record, we'd like to improve our play heading into the playoffs. And I didn't think we took that step the other night in Los Angeles. We were either stationary, take a half a step back, so we have to respond with a better effort.
Is there something that can be done, like psychologically, structurally, that will give you the edge?
Well, I don't think either teams are going to tip their hats. Odds are we're going to play this team in the playoffs, so I don't think you're going to see a lot of new formations in face-off alignments or whatnot as the game goes on. We're going to play hard just like they will, and the goal is always to win the 2 points.
Seems to be a ready-made kind of segmentation for the last part of the season, and that both teams here have the chance to win a division title still. So is that a good goal to even talk about now?
I like the fact that we're still in competitive games. I don't know where we'll be Saturday or Sunday against Vancouver, but it's still they're still very meaningful games. Therefore, the players are, at least I think they'll be very alert and sharp and ready to play and pushing themselves. Whereas if these games dwindle down to the point where they don't mean anything, you're always concerned about their approach to the game and to certain situations. So I like the fact that it's important.
When this game gets billed as the biggest regular season game in a decade in the newspaper, does that mindset, attitude seep into the room, or is that just like outside noise?
Was that in the Mercury News?
That was in the Edmonton Journal.
In the Edmonton Journal? Well,
That means it's true.
well, see? Dickey wrote it, right? Titchy wrote it.
Trying to capture the spirit of
See? Well, you know what? You're probably asking the wrong guy. You should be asking this group over here. It isn't. Sorry, Titch. Because tomorrow's night, the next game will be the biggest game of the year. We've lived this. We've gone through with Randy Carlyle and Anaheim, and I understand the willingness to build the hype. And for us, the Edmonton Oilers and the city of Edmonton being in the playoffs is a pretty exciting opportunity, and that's what it is. It doesn't matter who we play. Whoever we play will be experienced. They'll be strong. They'll be prepared. They'll be hungry. Those are all the things that we need to overcome as a team. But the opportunity just to overcome it is something that we're going to relish and we're going to try and take advantage of.